Hello Adarsh, good afternoon.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
How are you?
Sir, I'm fine.
Tell us about yourself in brief.
So, my name is Adarsh Tabhane. I have been working as an assistant manager in State Bank of India for 2.5 years now. Currently, I am overseeing the NPA management. Previously, I have undergone training in both the advances and deposit portfolio, and I have completed my graduation in electronics engineering from YCC in Nagpur, wherein while being good in academics, I have also managed events and at time volunteered in it. And I am very punctual, sir. And I am a quick learner, and I have great inclination towards learning new things. While doing nothing, I like reading books and writing poems and sharis. And I am also engaged in writing cricket articles for major sports websites like Sportskeeda, Fancode, and 12th Man.in.
Adarsh, as far as I have heard that State Bank of India is a very good organization, right? So why do you want to leave SBI and why do you want to join RBI?
Sir, SBI is a very good and premium organization. Having spent 2.5 years as a commercial banker, I want to be on the regulatory side. And while working in SBI, I am able to create impact on a one-to-one basis. But if I get a chance to join RBI, I will be able to create a larger impact and uh, work in the success of the economy.
Okay. So Adarsh, have you heard about the monetary policy?
Yes, sir, I have heard about it.
Can you tell me the objectives of monetary policy?
Sir, a primary objective of the monetary policy is to maintain price stability while keeping in mind objective of growth.
Okay. Today RBI has conducted monetary policy committee meeting, right?
Yes, sir.
where where MPC has slashed CRR by some basis points. So
Yes,
can you
sir.
tell me what is CRR?
So CRR is cash reserve ratio. It is a percentage of net demand and time liabilities that a bank has to maintain with RBI in cash. Currently, it is 4.5%.
And what is net demand and time liabilities?
So net demand and time liabilities, it is the deposits that a bank has, it is maintained on an ongoing basis. Like, sir, if consider a bank has 1,000 rupees in savings and 1,000 rupees in term deposits, and if a customer walks in today and withdraws 100 rupees, that is we are left with 900 rupees and 1,000 rupees in term deposit. Then 900 will be the net demand and time liabilities of a bank as on
Okay.
date.
So you are saying that it is a percentage of net demand and time liabilities which commercial banks need to keep with Reserve Bank of India in the form of cash, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
how with the help of CRR, RBI is achieving the monetary policy objective? Can you give me an example ki if RBI increases CRR or if RBI reduces CRR, so how basically RBI is achieving the objective?
Sir, and as we saw today, RBI has slashed the CRR by 0.5%. This will help in the increasing the liquidity that the bank has, and the bank will be able to lend. The lending capacity of the banks will increase as this 0.5% amount. This cash will be can be utilized by bank in lending further.
So suppose being an RBI, if RBI sees that there is a high inflation in the economy, right?
Yes, sir.
So what
Yes, sir.
RBI will do?
So RBI will increase. RBI has a couple of tools,
In the context of CRR only.
in the context of CRR only. So RBI will increase the CRR and suck the liquidity.
Okay, and what will happen after that?
So the lending capacity of the banks will decrease as banks will have to maintain a higher amount of CRR with the Reserve Bank of India.
Okay, okay. And Adarsh, you are already associated with the State Bank of India, right? So
Yes, sir.
why do you think that you are a suitable candidate for being selected as RBI Grade B officer?
Sir, having got the 2.5 years of experience in the State Bank of India, I think I know the nitty-gritties and the roadblocks and opportunities that are present in the banking landscape right now, and I will be able to provide a better inputs in any department from policy formulation to the regulation and supervision department.
This is the only criteria you feel this makes you suitable.
Sorry, sir.
I'm saying this is the only criteria you feel that this makes you suitable to become RBI Grade B
No,
officer.
no, sir. I'm having worked and completed my graduation. I have learned technical skills as well as I have become very structured in my thinking and organized, as well as uh, I am very adaptable to changes, sir.
Okay, okay. So this is all from my side. Pushpak sir, over to you.
Yes. Yes, Adarsh, you talked about that you are also writing some articles for the sports magazines or some sports websites.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So, can you tell me the difference between the pink ball and the red ball? Why we are using two different balls?
Sir, ping ball, we are basically using it for night tests, and the red ball is being used in the normal test, that is day test matches.
Okay, so right now day night test is going on with Australia. So why pink ball? Why not we are using red ball in the day night test?
Sir, it is actually due to the visibility and the swing factor that comes in with the ping ball.
Okay, fine. I'll go back to your resume. You did your engineering with a very good marks. I guess distinction is there also. So
Yes, sir.
after your engineering, why you decided to go to the banking sector?
So, from the starting only, I had a greater inclination towards the finance sector. That's why banking was the go-to option for me.
Okay, then
And
why engineering then?
so, sorry, sir.
Then why engineering?
Sir, just a minute. Just हाँ हाँ मीटिंग है सर sir, having done my uh, sorry, high schooling in science, I was inclined towards the engineering firstly, but as I progressed during my graduation, I got some inclination towards the finance. That's why I decided to switch to the banking sector, sir.
Okay, okay, not an issue. There is a controversy going on with CIBIL score these days. Do you have any understanding or do you have any knowledge about that?
Yes, sir. People are complaining that their CIBIL is showing us some sort of loans that they haven't availed in a while.
Okay.
Yes,
So, what do you think that we should have some centralized authority owned by government because CIBIL is finally owned by some private institution?
right.
So,
Yes,
do
sir.
you think there is a monopoly in this scenario?
Sir, I don't think there's any kind of monopoly. Right now, there are four credit information companies that are working in India, namely CIBIL, CRIF, Equifax, and Experian. And I don't think there is as such some need of a credit information company owned by India. But if the government plans, it will be a welcome move for the economy.
But banks are usually only using CIBIL. Why they are not preferring other the credit regulatory authorities or the credit authorities? Sorry.
Sir, right now in the State Bank of India, we are using CIBIL as well as CRIF Highmark for fetching the credit reports.
Okay.
CIBIL being the oldest credit information company, the financial institutes prefer going for CIBIL.
Okay, fine. And to ask you another question from your working background,
Yes.
credit to deposit ratio was in news recently and it was not going doing good. So, what are the reasons behind that? Why the deposits are not increasing in Indian banks?
Sir, one of the foremost reason that I am able to comprehend is the move of the millennials and the general public towards the stock markets. The funds which was once coming in as deposits in the banks are being diverted to stock market and other alternative investment that the people are preferring due to the comparably high returns.
So, being a banker for I guess 2.5 years, so what kind of suggestions you will give for that?
Sir, recently the chairman CS Setti sir has come up with a couple of initiatives like we are uh, planning to launch RDs that will have a dual benefits, wherein the funds that the people have deposited in RD will be kept with the bank as FD, and the interest, whatever the people will be getting, uh, it will be invested in stock markets and other kinds of pension and insurance products. So the people will be able to get a better diversified products by depositing money with the state bank itself.
What is Har Ghar Lakpati?
Sir, it is the same scheme that I have mentioned right now that Honorable CSAT has launched.
Okay, okay. And to ask you one question, one last question for now. Insolvency bankruptcy code. You must have heard about that.
Yes,
So,
sir.
what is the exact process of this insolvency bankruptcy code?
Sir, the insolvency and bankruptcy code, once an account becomes NPA, and the borrower is not in a state to repay the amount, we we actually move to the bank insolvency and bankruptcy code, that is CIRP, sir, CIRP process, and wherein we file a suit against the borrower and try to recover the money at the timeline for which is 270 days. Within 270 days, it has to be resolved. Like 180 days plus 90 days timeline is there.
Okay. So, are we able to meet the timeline these days?
So we aren't meeting the timelines due to multiple legal issues that are present in the. It is not strong enough right now. We are missing the timelines.
Okay. Which authorities are handling these legal issues?
Sir, NCLT for the corporates and DRTs for the individuals.
Okay, fine. Over to you, Madhav sir.
So, Adarsh, recently there was a news related to banking law amendments which have been
Yes, sir.
done. And there was a term discussed over there related to fortnight basis.
Yes, sir.
On what basis CRR was maintained.
Hmm.
And now it has been revised. Do you know about it?
Sir, previously it was on fortnightly basis, and right now, if I'm able to rightly recall, it is like on the 15th day and the 30th day it has to be reported.
So, what is the difference? Fortnight means 15 days itself.
Sir, sir, sorry, I'm not aware about this.
Okay.
I will.
CRR is maintained branch wise or it is maintained for the entire bank as an overall reserve?
Sir, it is maintained as an overall reserve for the
Okay.
bank.
So, being heading a branch right now, as you mentioned, in your branch, you're not maintaining CRR or you're not parking
Sir,
the reserves on the same?
sir, sir, currently I'm not posted in branch. Currently, I'm working in the regional business office, that is the head office of Latur.
Okay. So, before this,
And
you have worked in a branch?
yes, sir, I have worked in a branch.
So, when you were working there, are you aware
Yes, sir.
of this procedure?
So, as far as I am aware, I think it is maintained with at the bank level.
Okay. These days, unclaimed accounts are in news.
Yes, sir.
What is the reason?
Sir, unclaimed deposit, that is the accounts where no transaction has taken place for 10 years or so. We are mandated to transfer these funds to the Deposit Education and Awareness Fund by the RBI. And the reasons for these being these accounts aren't KYC compliant and no transaction have been taken place in these accounts. That's why there's high level of unclaimed deposits and the fines.
Can we say that these accounts they contain the unaccounted money because of the KYC was not updated as per the requirements? So these accounts have been declared unclaimed. Could that be a reason?
No, sir. Basically, due to no transactions being done in this account for the last 10 years, these accounts have been
That's true. That's clear. But the point is,
yes, sir.
why the number is increasing, not in terms of volume, but in terms of amount as well.
Sir, like these are legacy issues. The people who have opened the accounts in past aren't aware about these accounts that they are existing in their names, and that's why we are having such a high
There is a
deposits.
clause related to your deposits as well as your bank lockers that you can appoint a nominee.
Yes, sir.
So how many nominee can be appointed for an account?
Sir, currently, previously there was only one nominee available, but as per the recent amendment that has been made, we the depositors can nominate the four nominees.
But it hasn't implemented yet, no?
No, sir, it hasn't been implemented yet.
Okay. How many accounts you possessed in your branch earlier with no nominee? Any idea?
Sir, I'm not able to recall the exact figures, but there were, as a percentage, there were around 55% accounts that weren't having nominees.
What could be the reason?
Sir, it is due to the lack of awareness of,
Okay.
sorry, sir.
Reason is information gap, no? Lack of
Yes,
knowledge.
sir, lack of knowledge.
Okay, okay, fine. When we talk about risk associated with a bank,
Yes, sir.
we use a term that is CAR.
Yes,
Can
sir.
you discuss this term?
Sir, CAR is capital adequacy ratio. That has a bank has to. It is the amount of capital that is tier one capital and tier two capital that a bank has to maintain as a percentage of its risk-weighted assets.
And what is the percentage required in India?
Sir, currently it's 9% plus 2.5% of capital conservation buffer. That is
And what
11.5%.
is the current percentage for SBI?
Sir, we are having 16.78% of CRAR available at our end.
Here comes a question which I would say there is a doubt in general public's mind that if 9% is required, including CCB, it is 11.5%. Then why
Yes, sir.
bank is maintaining it as 16% or more than that?
Sir, as a prudential measure, we are maintaining a higher CRAR than required
Okay.
as a matter of prudence.
If this ratio is high, does it mean bank is not earning returns on its asset?
No, sir, it is not anything as such that the bank is not earning anything on these assets. These are actively being used by the banks to earn returns.
Okay, that means capital is something which can be easily used to earn return. And if you are maintaining high capital to risk weighted asset ratio, that is just adding on a plus to your bank's health, I would say.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Recently, there was an update related to PCA on NBFCs, which was
Yes, sir.
applicable from 1st October 2024. Do you have any
Yes.
idea what was that update?
Sir, previously the banks were NBFCs were being were under the sorry, I'm not able to recall what was the previous provisions, but currently the NBFCs are moved under the PCA framework. That is, they will be judged on measured on the basis of profitability as well. Sorry, leverage, capital, and asset quality from now on.
Okay. Whenever we talk about NBFC and bank, there is a very, I would say, thin line between the two in terms of their operations.
Yes, sir.
Being a banker and that to a commercial banker, what I would say issues you have witnessed, what shortcomings you have witnessed because of NBFC to penetrate your business in the country?
So, I, one of the major reasons, sir, which I think is the credit appraisal process that we are having. It is quite stringent, and that's why some of the people who aren't able to get credit from the banks are moving towards the NBFCs, who are having a less stringent process, and which is that's why the people are moving to NBFCs.
But it is
And
increasing the NPA risk on the economy.
yes, sir. Like we saw in the FSR reports, the NPA levels of the NBFCs are way above the NPAs that the commercial banks are having at somewhere around 8 to 9%, and which the banks are having at 2.8%. That's why
According to you,
the
what
credit.
steps should be taken by RBI to counter this problem?
Uh, yes, sir. Like we saw in the FSR reports, the NPA levels of the NBFCs are way above the NPAs that the commercial banks are having at somewhere around 8 to 9%, and which the banks are having at 2.8%. That's why
According to you,
the
what
credit.
steps should be taken by RBI to counter this problem?
Sir, we can RBI can mandate the NBFCs to have a stringent process that will undergo the same procedures like the banks are doing, and to have a universal credit appraisal process that can help the NBFCs to improve
What
their
could
asset
be a
quality.
possible reason that this haven't applicable yet? It's an easy thing. RBI can do it.
Yes, sir, but NBFCs were allowed to undertake business to address these needs only. That the general public, who the people who aren't able to get the credit from the commercial
Then
banks
what is
can.
the need of priority sector lending? What is the
Yes,
use of n number of initiatives taken by RBI and government to penetrate banking sector into the country?
yes. Sir, this is the uh, even after having the PSL and all those norms, we aren't able to penetrate to the last mile. That's why the NBFCs were brought in to finance the MSMEs and the other sectors.
Fine, fine. Over to you, Prakash, sir.
So I think Madhav sir has asked very technical questions, right? So others, a simple question for you. So sometimes commercial banks are also called scheduled commercial banks, right? So why
Yes, sir.
are they called scheduled commercial banks? Can you tell me this?
Sir, these banks are called a scheduled commercial bank because their name is mentioned in the second schedule of the RBI.
Okay, RBI Act, and what is the year of RBI Act?
Sir, 1934.
1934. Okay. And others, suppose if RBI is increasing the repo rate, right? So which
Yes,
means RBI is signaling to the commercial bank that interest rate needs to be increased in the economy. So is
yes,
it
sir.
mandatory for the commercial banks to increase the interest rates when RBI is increasing the repo rate?
Sir, right now it is not mandatory for the banks to increase the interest rate as the RBI increase the repo rate, but some of the loans on which the EBLR is being used, the banks have to increase to change according to the repo rate on and the other benchmarks that the banks are using on a 3 monthly on a quarterly basis, which gets changed after every 3 months.
But what if any bank is not following the instruction from the Reserve Bank of India? That is the direction that RBI has given indirectly in the form of increasing the repo rate. So what happens if any commercial bank is not increasing the interest rate?
The RBI has a couple of tools like moral suasion and direct action through which the RBI can firstly ask the bank to change the repo rate, and if the banks even after the moral suasion the bank doesn't follow the instruction, RBI has the power to take direct action and penalize those banks.
Okay, and what kind of penalty is imposed by the RBI?
Sir, some kind of monetary penalties or the other restrictions that can be placed on the banks depending upon the violation, the measure of violation that a bank has is undertaking.
Can they also deny additional funds under the MSF?
Sir, sorry, I'm right now not aware about this, but I will
Have you
surely
heard
read
about the
about it.
marginal standing facility?
Yes, sir, I have heard about it.
Okay, right. So others, tell me some of your hobbies which you personally feel कि यार बहुत मजा आता है इसमें.
Sir, firstly, I occasionally like reading books, and I have been daily writing articles. So I'm having a great inclination toward cricket and basketball. Also,
Cricket
I
and
like to
basketball.
write. Yes, sir.
Okay. So what kind of books you read?
Sir, there's no. I'm not having any fixed choice regarding the book genre, but I like to read diverse books. And currently, it's the last book that I read was "The Letters to Change the World."
Okay, okay,
Yes,
okay. So this is all from my side. Pushpakar, over to you.
Yes, thank you, sir. Yes, Adarsh, you are from Nagpur. So there is one
yes,
of
sir.
the office of RBI in Nagpur.
Yes,
Do
sir.
you know any idea what is the role of that office?
So the main role of the RBI office that is present in Nagpur is the handling the government business.
Okay. Can you
Yes, sir.
elaborate?
Sir, all the accounts of the government are maintained in the Reserve Bank of India Nagpur office, and all kind of debt management and uh, the currency, the funds of the governments are being uh, used by the are sorry allocated and invested by the RBI Nagpur office.
Okay, fine. Earlier, sir asked you about the unclaimed deposits. I want to ask you about inoperative accounts.
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me the definition of that?
Sir, the accounts which aren't having any customer induced transaction for the last 2 years are uh, called the inoperative accounts.
So, which kind of transaction? A financial transaction or non-financial transactions?
Sir, it can be non-financial as well, but it has to be a customer induced.
Okay. But recently, SBI asked RBI to change the definition of inoperative accounts and include the non-financial transactions. Then,
Sorry, sir.
recently, SBI asked RBI to change the definition of inoperative accounts. Do you have any idea about that?
Sir, sorry, I'm not aware about it.
Okay, fine. I want to ask you about another thing, which is a little bit kind of a banking or the financial market, I will say. Secured overnight financing rate. Do you have any idea about that?
Sir, I have read about it, but I'm at the moment I'm not able to recall the exact thing. What is SOFR?
Okay. Earlier, it was called as a like LIBOR because it replaced LIBOR. There is something called as a MIBOR. So, do you have any idea about that?
Sir, it was I sir, I would like to take a guess if you
Yeah, fine.
permit. Sir, it was overnight lending rate that was being MIBOR, that is Mumbai Interbank overnight lending rate that was present over there. That
Okay. Can you tell me about FCNR accounts?
Sir, FCINR accounts, sir, these are the term deposit accounts maintained by the NRI citizens in the foreign currency.
Okay. And some conditions for that?
Sir, the the sorry the amount as well as the interest is completely repatriable, and they are also having the some kind of tax benefits. I'm not able to recall exact benefits, but there's also some tax benefits
These
associated with.
accounts can be in demand deposit base or the only term deposits?
Sir, currently these are maintained as a term deposits only.
Okay. So recently RBI specified some changes in these accounts. Do you have any idea
Yes, sir.
about that?
Sir, RBI has increased the has sorry has asked the has to increase the amount of interest by some basis points on FCNR. I guess 0.5% on the FCNR accounts in the
Oh,
today's monetary policy.
okay, fine. That will be all from my side. Yes, Madhav.
Sir, sorry, you aren't audible.
Few last questions from my side. Recently, we have witnessed that RBI has resisted a lot to decrease its repo rates, which was
Yes, sir.
demanded as per the global scenarios. If I related to
Yes.
Federal Reserves as well.
Yes.
According to you, what were the reasons that RBI was reluctant? Was
Sir,
that repo cut required earlier?
sir, we are looking for the inflation to reach the our band of 2 to 6% on a stable, durable basis. Then only we can have the rate cut that is being followed by the RBI. And the firm stance that RBI is having is in the interest of the general public only. And once the inflation rate comes in between the 2 to 6% band, we can uh, think about the rate cut, which is as we are having the neutral stance.
Don't you think being a developing economy and that too dependent huge on the imports, we should
Yes,
not
sir.
part our ways from Federal Reserves?
Sorry, sir, I'm not able to comprehend what you are saying.
Being an developing nation as well as
Yes, sir.
import depending nation, don't you think that we should follow the Federal Reserve trend in order to match the global requirements?
Sir, the USA is a developed country and we are in the developing phase, and we have different objectives from the ones that the US is having. And the inflation rate in the US is somewhere around 2%, which is not in the case of India. And the first thing that the RBI is mandated is the price stability, and after that, it's growth. So, price stability is the main focus that the RBI is having at the
But don't
moment.
you think if RBI is thinking in this direction, it has led to the currency depreciation recently? Or I would say huge currency depreciation recently?
Sir, it has led to some sort of currency depreciation, but RBI has been actively participating in the forex market and protecting the rupee from falling at the falling
Sorry,
below the.
sorry.
Sir, sir, even though there is a large outflow of money from the Indian economy, RBI is taking active steps to control the price
What
levels of
steps?
the.
What steps?
So, like RBI is participating in the forex market by selling uh, selling dollars and buying a rupee to keep the.
That is cutting down our forex reserves.
Yes, sir.
So, do you think it's a constructive step?
Sir, uh, I think as a heavily import dependent nation, we have to maintain the price of a rupee so that our imports doesn't increase.
Okay, okay, fine. Last question from my side.
Yes.
What was the current account deficit estimated for the current financial year?
Sir, if you permit, I would like to take a guess because I am not able.
Please.
Sir, I think it was somewhere around 5.8%. If I'm not
Current
wrong.
account deficit.
Sir, sorry, not
It's okay.
able to recall
It's
the
okay.
exact.
It's okay. That will be all from my side. Prakash sir, Pushpak sir.
Yeah, that will be all.
Yeah, sir, done from our side also.
Okay. So thank you, Adarsh. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
And
sir.
good luck for your final interview. So before we
Thank you, sir.
conclude and we start our feedback, according to you, how was your interview?
Sir, I think I have messed up on some questions on in the opinion-based questions. I need to read read about these things.
Chalo, no worries. So we'll give you the feedback one by one. So we'll start with Prakash sir. Then in the end, if you have any doubt, you can ask, please.
Sure, sir.
So others, according to me, it was a good, right? It was good interview. So don't think that you have messed up because this is a part and parcel of the process, right? You cannot answer
Yes.
each and every question perfectly. Interview का मतलब ये है that they are assessing your personality. So, but overall, if I conclude, so you are having a good knowledge. Whatever you are speaking, you are having a good knowledge. But wherever you are trying to explain, try to explain in a simple manner, right? Just say, for example, I have asked the first question, ki why, how RBI can control the inflation using CRR, right? So you can simply explain that. उसके लिए बहुत ज़्यादा logic की जरूरत नहीं थी, बहुत ज़्यादा technical terms की जरूरत नहीं थी, because I wanted कि आप उसको बहुत simple तरीके से मुझे बताएं. ठीक है, this is what I was looking for, कि you can simplify the things, because मुझे पता है कि आपको technical knowledge है, right? But I am someone who is not understanding. Suppose I am someone who is not understanding anything, any technical language. So I wanted you can explain me in a very simple language कि how with the help of CRR RBI can control the inflation, right? So this thing, बाकी I think everything is good. You have good command, and also you are confident enough, right? You have good knowledge over the things that you are speaking. So from my side, you are a very good aspirant and you have a very high probability of getting selected. So all the best from my side.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, Adarsh, like sir said, you're having a very good knowledge, but I guess while explaining few things, little bit, I guess the preciseness is required. Like
Okay,
sir
sure, sir.
was telling you that ना कई बार कुछ चीजों को explain करते करते आप थोड़ा सा round and round हो जाते हो, so you need to be very precise with these things. Okay, if you don't
Sure, sir.
have the understanding of few things, like I came across with few concepts, I ask you, you are not having the proper understanding about that, and थोड़ी सी गलतियां वहां पे हो गई. Look, they are going to expect a lot from you because you're a banker and 2.5 साल
Yes,
से
sir.
you're a banker, you're a probationary officer. You joined as a probationary officer, now
Yes,
I
sir.
guess working as a manager. So of course they are going to expect a lot from you.
Yes,
You
sir.
work, you're working right now with the NPA department, I guess.
Yes, sir.
There will be multiple questions. Like sir, Madhav sir tried to ask you many things, so many technical part regarding that section. And कहीं ना कहीं थोड़ा सा जब डीप जाते हैं ना तो थोड़ी चीजें हिल जाती है. ऐसा मेरे ख्याल से थोड़ा सा रियलाइज हुआ है. तो आपको
Mhm.
उस पार्ट पे थोड़ा काम करना पड़ेगा because they will expect a lot from you in that
Yes.
background. Otherwise, you are good. You are telling things very properly, having a very soothing voice, and आपका जो tone है बहुत अच्छा है इंटरव्यू के लिए. It is really very good. बस उस पार्ट पे काम करना पड़ेगा. बाकी जो आपका ओवरऑल बैकग्राउंड है, like your hobbies and from where you belong and the other things, like I asked you a couple of sports questions, you're very good with that. So you're prepared in that HR section very well. But I guess थोड़ा सा जो आपका बैकग्राउंड है बैंकिंग का, वहां थोड़ा सा आपको प्रिपेयर करना पड़ेगा. Yes, Madhav sir.
Awesome.
Thank you, Prakash sir. Thank you, Pushpak sir. As obviously both of them have mentioned very clearly and correctly that regarding your technical knowledge, see, if you're working in a bank, your major interview is going to be around that only.
Yes, sir.
So they will be first asking a number of questions related to your previous posting that was in branch. And next
Yes.
part is going to be related to the loan segment. And I think the loan segment is the all-time favorite of the interviewers as well as the entire economy. And it is
Mhm.
always in news. Along with that, the latest amendments which have been done that should be revised, obviously, before you go.
Yes, sir.
तो limit तो कुछ है नहीं because
हाँ.
you are working in SBI and they will be, as Pushpak sir rightly mentioned, that they will be expecting a lot from you. So limit तो नहीं है, but at least जिस department में you are working right now, that should be something जो आपके fingertips पे हो.
Sure, sir.
Regarding, we talked about NPA, PCA and NBFCs, competition of banks and NBFCs. ये जो discussion हुआ, that was only because ये जो major competition, it is on the loans side only, na? Because
Yes, sir.
NBFCs mostly they don't accept deposits, and if they accept, they don't accept demand deposits. So the competition is basically between banks and NBFCs on the loan line, and you are in
Yes,
a
sir.
loan segment, so that is important. Related to that,
Awesome.
sir has asked a very simple question, which is simple in your context, that is insolvency and bankruptcy code.
Yes.
It is a difficult part, but for you,
Yes.
it should be very simple. But
Huh.
sorry, but I was not, I didn't get that satisfying answer, what I was expecting from you as a banker. So you need to work on it. Abhi time hai, you should work really very well because HR part, your current job profile, previous posting, current posting, ek do question from the current scenario, and your interview is going to end. Nothing else is
Yes.
going to be asked. Majorly, they
Mhm.
will be talking about banking sector, commercial banks, SBI, relationship, RBI operations, especially related to the areas which you have worked. So work on them. Obviously,
Yes,
your voice, your presentation, everything is very good. But one thing I would like to add, sometimes you don't complete the answer. आप आंसर देते 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 रुक जाते हैं.
हाँ.
What I felt is you have completed. The moment I asked you a next question, you were trying to complete the previous one. तो वो जो
Yes.
कहते हैं ना long pause, वो नहीं होना चाहिए. अगर है तो फिर that should be regular. One should know the way you speak.
Okay, sure, sir.
है ना? So keep that point in mind, and I think that is going to help you. But when is your final interview?
So 10th December.
You have 3 more days. Just go through with these areas which you're already working with, and I'm pretty sure that you're going to do well.
Okay,
Any
thank you.
question if
Thank
you
you.
want to ask from us?
Sir, regarding the facial expression, I was worried. Do I need to improve the facial expression? Like I need to smile or anything else on that part?
See, if you ask me, I think natural works for me,
Yes,
but obviously I need opinion of Pushpak sir and Prakash sir over here because this is very, I would say, individual specific question. For me, natural is fine, but over to you both, sir. What is your opinion on this?
Yeah, definitely you are. You should not try to be fake, right? So whatever you are, you should be like that only in the interview because they are assessing your personality, right? ऐसा नहीं कि
Yes,
बस
sir.
वो आपसे कुछ आपको smiling face देखना चाहते हैं. They actually want to see you, right? What you are, they actually want to see you. So be natural. Natural will definitely help you always.
Okay.
Yes, yes,
Okay, sure,
definitely.
sir.
And nothing wrong with your gesture or your expressions, I guess. Okay, so everything
Yes.
is good. So don't worry about those things.
Okay. And sir, one more thing. Do I need to brush up my graduation subjects as well? I am going through the basics, but do I need to have deep knowledge about them as well?
What?
Graduation.
The graduation.
No, 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 no. You just focus on your current job profile. Your entire interview is going to be around that only. What I expect as per my
Yes,
experience.
yes,
But obviously, interview is uncertain, unpredictable. But as per the experience, it's going to be around your current job. So don't waste your
Okay.
time on graduation. If they ask you, sorry, sir, I cannot recall right now. Being with the banking sector from last 2.5 years, it is difficult for me to recall it. That would be
Okay.
justified. But if you are not able
Okay.
to answer the bank related questions, that is not going to be justified. So please focus
Okay.
on
Sure, sir. Yes, sir.
here and
Sure.
there मत जाओ, सब जगह मत जाओ, नहीं कवर होगा, स्पेसिफिक रहो, एटलीस्ट जो कवर किया उस पे क्वेश्चन आएगा, you should be perfect with that, and anything
Okay.
which you have not covered and you're saying no, there is no harm in it. There's no harm.
Okay. Sure, sir. Sure, sir.
This is
Sure.
my opinion, but obviously Prakash sir and Pushpa sir will add to it.
Yes, yes, yes. Madhav sir is absolutely right. There is no need to take that much load about this graduation part and basics. I'm sure you will be able to handle the basic part. Okay, and
Yes.
if you're not able, it's okay because like Madhav sir mentioned, even I have mentioned earlier, your whole interview will be on your job profile, like SBI,
Yes, sir.
PO.
Mhm.
So just focus on that part.
Okay. Sure, sir. Sure.
Yes, others they are having enough masala from your current profile only, right? So they are not going to impact your graduation. So do focus on the current part only.
Okay. Sure, sir. Sure. Thank you.
Okay, Adarsh, thank you. Good luck. Do
Thanks, sir.
share your final interview with us. How were the questions?
sir.
What areas were asked? We will be waiting for your opinion as well.
Sure, sir. I will do.
All the best, Adarsh.
All the
Thank you,
best.
sir.
Adarsh.
Thank you. Thank you.